everybody. So today's Friday. That means it's time for Friday Favorites. And this week I'm talking about my biggest surprises of 2018 at the cinema. These are movies that I was either really nervous about and they ended up being way better than I expected, or these are movies that I didn't even know anything about at all, and then they ended up being some of my favorites. So let's get started. I think my biggest surprise of the whole year is definitely Mary Poppins Returns, how much I loved it. You know, I haven't been a biggest fan of these remakes, and this one I just thought was so great. I loved the songs. I loved the production design. I loved the performances. I thought it had a touching message about family and their ability to rescue you in tough times, get through tough times. I thought the message of hope was really wonderful. It was old school Disney magic, and I just thought it was great. I loved it. So then another that I didn't even know was coming out, and that would be my favorites of the year, was Crazy Rich Asians. I hadn't even heard of it until Conrado in our summer preview mentioned that it could be a sleeper, and I was like, oh, what is that? Then I ended up reading the book and really enjoying it, and then I ended up really loving the movie. So then there's that. Another one that was much better than I ever expected was Ralph Breaks the Internet. I was actually kind of dreading it because I am more lukewarm on the original than most people seem to be. It ended up being a really subtle and nuanced message about friendship and how it evolves and changes, and I thought it was really funny, and I liked the surprises. Like the song was a big surprise. I didn't know that was coming, and I just really enjoyed it. Another one that was a lot better than I expected was A Star Is Born. This has been remade so many times before, but I thought they had incredible chemistry, and I thought the singing was so good. I loved all of the songs, and it was way better than I expected. Another one that was way better than I expected is Instant Family. The ads made it look kind of crass and not very enjoyable, and I walked out of the theater having just like bawled. It really hit me emotionally. I really thought it was it did have that slapstick, but I really thought it was a touching story about foster care and adoption, and I thought they really got a lot of those details just right, and it was really, really good. Another one that really surprised me is a little anime film called The Night is Short, Walk On Girl. This movie is bonkers. It's not going to be for everybody, but I thought it was really funny, and I thought the music was really great, and the animation was so different and so unique and so beautiful that I really ended up enjoying it, and I had no idea it was even coming out until I think like a couple weeks before it was released. Another one that surprised me was Game Night. I would have thought that it was just another vulgar, crass comedy, and it is kind of those things, but it was so funny, and I really thought it captured the spirit of games and being competitive, and I don't know, just almost every joke landed for me. It was so funny. Another huge surprise was Three Identical Strangers. I did my best to not be spoiled, and when I went in and I was like, just my mouth was on the floor. I was shocked. I thought it was such an amazing documentary. It was great. I also was really taken with Eighth Grade. I saw it at Sundance, and I never heard of Bo Burnham. So, and then to see this beautiful, touching, because a lot of times those coming of age movies are not my favorite because they can just be a little sullen and a little miserable for me. But this had a really, really nice heart to it, and I really enjoyed it. And and then I would say Bumblebee is another one that was definitely a really nice surprise. The Transformers movies haven't been my favorite, and then they come up with this sweet, touching, charming movie about a girl and her robot, basically. I really liked it. I thought it was great. Another one that was a surprise would be A Quiet Place. I don't typically follow horror movies. I don't typically like horror movies, but then this movie comes out that's really about a family, and I thought it did such a good job creating tension. I was so wound up that it really worked for me. One of the biggest surprises for me this year, one that I've been talking about so much, was Sergeant Stubby in American Hero. You saw the trailer, and it looked like maybe not the greatest CGI animation in the world. But then I went and saw it, and I just was so impressed with how they told this war story and how they managed to walk that line of making something that was honest and truthful to children about war, but without traumatizing them. I thought they did an amazing job. I really bonded with it, and I thought it was a lovely little movie. And so that was a very pleasant surprise, and definitely one that I loved. So those are some of the movies that I would say were surprises this year for me. What about you? Let me know in the comment section which ones were better than you expected. I'd love to hear. And thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll talk to you later. Bye.